Welcome back. We're on day 3 of the School of Canine Science 30 Days of Canine Science Challenge. We've just finished our training for the day. Today was high arousal luring to teach a rewind, which is kind of like a reverse spin around your legs. We didn't quite get there, but he's knackered and he's had enough high value food for a bit. So we're having a break. I'll probably do another video at some point with the rest of the stuff, but for now it will do. Yeah, so let's get into it. So the first stage of today's session was to get him aroused, to get him excited about the food. I had some corned beef in my hand, put it in my hand, covered it in my thumb, and kind of folded my finger so that he was like a little pocket he had to stick his nose right into. Left it around his face and then ran off with it. Wanting to chase it, and when he was pushing his nose in there, then I'd let him have it while his nose was in it. Did that several times, so he was super excited about the food, and then after that we could then move on to stage 2. Good boy. So step 2 was a lot harder than it looked and a lot harder than it sounds. We were using his newfound energy to try and use him pushing his nose into my hand to try and guide him to take a step back, with the intention of guiding him round the back of me, which again sounds pretty simple, but it's not. I found it pretty difficult doing step 2, so we broke it down even further. Instead of trying to guide him too far, I kind of literally was just teaching him to take a step back. And it took me a bit to figure out where I needed to have my hand to guide him backwards, rather than him just either bending or kind of just sitting. I found I had to kind of put my hand on the outside of his face, so still near his nose so we could smell it, but kind of on the outside of his face, so he turned and twisted round. But we worked on taking one step backwards, marked, paid, repeat, lots of times. Hello. So step 3, I think we're on 3. He's a tired boy. We want you out. So step 3 was to do a few steps backwards. Again, the intention of kind of bending him around the back of me. Again, sounds easy, it's not, but we had a good go, and once I nailed what my hand was doing and where it needed to be on his face to lure him round, he did manage a bit. So we're going to watch that bit now. Good job. Step 4 required a hell of a lot of coordination from me. I needed a treat in both hands, so both hands were like this with food in. Lured him with my right hand kind of towards around the back, and then swapped hands and tried to guide him back round the front, which, again, I've said this a lot, it sounds quite easy, but it's pretty fiddly, especially when it's high arousal and they're just like, oh my god, what are we doing? This is so fun, what do I do? Can I do everything? It's fun. Harder than it looks, this, isn't it? Yeah. Quite the coordination. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, good boy. Yeah. It is hard, yeah. It's hard, it's hard. Fun, but it's hard. Step 6 for today was kind of just practice. Practice my skills, practice his skills, and get as far as we could before we got fed up or ran out of food or broke the dog. Yeah! Get excited, don't we, this one? Oh. What is this? Good boy. Good job. Definitely do a treat dispensing arms, I think, didn't we? Oh dear me, this is hilarious. Right, let's try again. Feel. Good boy. Feel. Good. Good boy. Carry on, Will. Kind of go back to good boy. Yeah! That was not bad. Messy, but not bad. Yeah. Right then, so let's go. Good boy. Yeah. Slabby, slab jobs. Good job. Oh yeah. Should we do one more? I might have to go with the ball so that you have enough corned beef today. Yeah. There would have been a step 7, but we didn't quite get there today. Like I say, I've kind of broke the dog. Usual boy. Tired boy, aren't you now? Yeah, so step 7 would have been when he was, like I didn't get that, but when he gets good at going all the way around, following one hand and then the other one, doing a full circle in reverse, then it would have been to fade out the second hand. So you lure him with the first one, get him kind of behind you, and then hope that he just carries the behaviour on and then pay him at the end. Obviously we didn't quite get to that stage, so that would have been stage 7. We'd been luring him on the back and then paying him when he's finished. Step 8 would have been fade out the lure completely, so just use a hand. So use an empty hand like we did yesterday, using the empty hand, and then pay him at the end. Step 9 would have been to add a verbal cue to the empty hand. Maybe we would add a swish of a hand too, you could add a visual and a verbal, but we would have had rewind, or even rewind. We'll see. Excuse me. But yeah, it would have been to add a verbal cue, and then the idea being that you can then, once they're good at that, you can just say, Oscar, rewind. You can do a backward circle around your legs and you can pay him at the end. I think it's going to take a fair bit of practice for us to get there, but we'll have a go. It's been fun. Looking forward to day 4 tomorrow. We did try a bit later on to have a go with just biscuits, just his breakfast biscuits. I thought we've run out of corned beef, he's had enough. Try something different. I'll put the clip after, but it's very brief because he was like, nah, not worth it, bye bye. So, hey ho. We then tried to get the ball, which was definitely up the arousal level, but by heck, that was hard. No, the ball didn't work as a lure. He just wanted to chase it. So we called it quits after that. We had a few goes, didn't we, mate? Yeah. And then we just called it quits and just played fetch instead. Because he's worked hard. And he's a clever boy. Yes. But yeah, so I'll put the clips in now, and yeah, you can just see us having a play. We'll see you tomorrow. Shall we have another go for just the biscuits? And if not that, then use a bowl. Yeah? Yeah? Should you do that? Good boy. No, okay. Biscuits are rubbish. Okay, I get it. Okay. Okay, the ball. Yeah. Let's go. Come here. Come here. Here. Boy. convinced. I don't think that works. Steady. Good boy.